All right, I'm back. Uh, let's I gotta start up the YouTube, the YouTubes, and then we'll go. So just let me go to the title card real quick and then start it up. Okay, welcome to messing with a metal brake. I bought a brand new metal brake and now I'm gonna go see how it works. Shouldn't be too hard. I don't think. All right, let's go out to the shop and have some fun. This day is already weird, so yeah, I'll be right back. Going out to the shop. I wasn't planning on streaming out here today, so I don't have any of the equipment on, but let's
Discovery,
plug all
go
that
and
stuff
throttle up.
in. It's a little warm in here, so I'm going to open up the garage. And we'll go from there. Turn on the fan. Let me turn on the other cameras. The Vivitar. Come on. All right. Cool. Car 10-year planning. Yep. All right, so I got a metal brake. I got to find it. Where did I put it? I don't know. You know what? The other thing I'm going to do is just grab this sucker. I'm going to cut that box up and been sitting here trying to cut it up for a little bit. Remember, I always cut away from you. Sync clap test. I'll restart it. Give me 1 sec. Hey, I'm back. Oh, it's super choppy. What the hell? Are we in sync? No, we're the Backstreet Boys. It was choppy for a second, but now it looks okay. Give me 1 second, YouTube. I'm trying to get the chat to pop out. You need a proper film slate. What's that? And we're back. What's up, Mats? All right. Oh, that's right, that's right, that's right, that's right, that's right. All right, let me restart it one more time. Give me 1 second. That's fine, I think. No, no, Nick, not, no, 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 we don't have that. Hang on, I'm gonna get the serrated blade out. Should be easier to cut through this cardboard. I can use this cardboard for keeping the weeds down in my garden. So that's why I'm not totally cutting that up and going to town, but here. Oh, come on, you. All right. I don't want to mess up my bracket. Put that over there. There you go. I also bought a bigger level, so we can measure bigger level things. It was 10 bucks, so I bought it. Got a nice big level now, boy. Now if it could just level my damn life, that'd be good. Portable metal brake? Yeah, it's kind of. Here, let me get the camera figured out. So we're just gonna screw around with the metal brake today, guys. I mean, kind of just want to use it, bend something with it, and kind of go from there. All right. It's Harbor Freight free bucket weekend. How'd you know that? Why do you know that? I also got 2 more spot cutter bits because they were $4. And then I got more cut-off discs because we needed them. I don't know what I need this bucket for, but hey, buckets are cool. Bucket! All right, so let's see what we got. I haven't even opened this thing yet. I don't know if it needs to be put together or what, so let's see. Time to make some kilju. Oh yes, we make very nice kilju in the bucket. Yes, very, very nice. You know what the messed up part is, dudes? And I hate admitting this, but Harbor Freight actually is starting to have some really nice tools. Which is, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about that. Their tools really aren't bad nowadays. Never buy the Harbor Freight wood lathe. There's certain stuff that's still junk. But yeah, some of their icon tools are not too bad. I hate admitting that, but all right. Let's see what we got. I'm gonna put my square over here because I don't want to bend that thing. Because if you bend it, it doesn't work very well anymore. Okay, so we got a metal brake. We got us some medicalbrakes.com. Here's the instructions. So what a metal brake is, for the people that don't know, it's just it's a tool that's designed to just bend metal. Like it bends metal at certain angles. You could, you know, despite the name, like you could, yeah, I mean, people call it a brake, so you think it's like for cutting metal. I mean, you could use it to stamp out cuts in metal, but cool. Let's get that all off of there. Of course, it's too big for my welding table. So what this thing does is, well, you put metal in here, and then you bend it. That's it. It's not rocket science. That's what it's used for. You have the handles so you can get leverage on the metal. It's just a bender. That's all it does. I am bender. Please insert girder. It's also coated in some kind of film oil, but it's all right. Man, I kind of wanted to mount this to the welding table, but it's too big. Gonna have to find a home for it somewhere. These threads are a little tough. Harbor Freight. All right, there we go. Now, it came with another big chunk of metal. I think that's, you put that down here to hold the metal in place. I haven't used a metal brake like this before, dude, so this is uncharted territory for me, once again. So it looks like we should probably bolt this thing down to a table or something. It's the top of the sandwich that you put the sheet metal between. Yeah, okay. Me and my father-in-law bought a 100-pound jackhammer from Harbor Freight. It's over 10 years old. We use that thing a ton and it still works. Yeah, I mean, Harbor Freight has gone from everything is just junk that breaks in 5 minutes to it's kind of hit or miss. So, yeah, pretty good. So, Geek, how would you go about using this one? Like, do you put the metal there, you sandwich it, and then you bend? Is it that simple? How do you secure the sandwich? How do you secure the sandwich, man? Mayonnaise? Is mayonnaise an instrument? C-clamps? Oh, use a C-clamp. Okay, yeah, to sandwich it in there. Yeah, okay. They had a smaller one that was 18 inches, but they sold all of them. So I had to buy this 13 or 30-inch one, which is like about, it's a meter. It's a meter. They labeled it as 30 inches. It's a freaking meter. Put the edge of what you want to bend where the split is in between and then lift up. Yeah, okay. This ain't rocket science, dude. I got you. Just wanted to be sure I had it right in my head. Gonna have to secure this to something, huh? Gonna have to utilize one of my workbenches here, but I don't know where we should put this. Interesting. Like I said, if we got that, there was an 18-inch one. If I did it, I would have just drilled some holes here and then mounted it on the welding table. Because you're here, might as well, but this one won't fit. Can you weld it to the car for support? What? I mean, yes, but I'm not going to. Here, I wonder about my other workbench. Let me measure the flanges on this thing, and we'll oh, tape measures on the ground. That's good. Okay. So we're 35 total across, and it's way bigger than that table. Okay, that's not working. You could just clamp it to the welding table. Could just do that if we really want to. Bring in the kitchen table and bolt it to that. Yeah, all right. I can't use the workbench. Where will I put my stuff? I think a clamping solution, a temporary quote-unquote clamping solution for the table might be a good idea. Just for now. Until I find a more proper home for this thing. I'm going to take my nice level, I'm going to move it over here. And you know, we can move the gas tank for the car as well. Just moving some stuff around, dude, so we can, yeah, I should be able to clamp this thing down. Here, let's take you guys over here. The wire isn't long enough. Lovely. Or is it? We got enough slack? Yeah, more or less. I don't want cables kind of, metal brake almost fell over. I don't want cables kind of hanging out. There goes my tape measure. All right. Cool. All right, let me get some clamps and we'll clamp this thing. Hang on, let me flip you guys around so the cable undoes itself. There we go. All right. Yes, that's a Tonka truck. I got it from my parents' house. Yes, it's cool. Well, we're gonna restore it. We're gonna bring it back. We'll restore it with the Coronet. I don't know if I have any wood clamps here. I'm pretty sure I don't, but we do have these. So that should be fine. Just need the thing to stay still. Shake hands with danger. So I have the vice grip clamps, and then I have a G clamp, or a C clamp, whatever you want to call it. I have that over here. Those two should hold this thing in place. I mean, I could also put some bolt holes, drill some holes in the table and call it a day, but this should work, right? Yay, all right, that'll do for now. All right, where's that, where's the sandwich clamp? There we go. So this sucker goes right here. Sweet. Okay, that ain't rocket science. So, shall we bend? You want to put in your piece to bend, put the thick piece on top of it, clamp the thick piece onto the sheet metal to hold the bending piece in place. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, clamp this to the back, I get you. You know what? I'm just going to use the Craig clamps that I have. The Coronet, I think we proved yesterday that it's structural enough. So I got these Craig vice grip clamps. That'll do us right. So this metal brake is used for sheet metal. You can use it to bend. I want to use it to bend some of these brackets that we need to make, like the frame rail bracket. But what I think would be wise is to, before we try to make the finalized piece, see, this is a bracket that we made. That's the end of the frame rail for the car. What I think would be wise is to just bend a little bit of metal, bend a little piece of it, and just to see it. I mean, I allotted a 1/16 of an inch for the bend. We might need more, we might need less. I think we should try. You're clamping my style, man. Yeah. What's happening? I thought we weren't working on the car today. I'm just trying to figure out how to use the metal brake. Well, not figure out, I mean, I basically figured it out. Yeah, I have a little bit of 16 gauge that we can use here. Let's move the Tonka.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Go at throttle up. There's the tap magic. Just been using that. I have some 16 gauge that we can use to screw around with. What's the brake rated for? Metal. Thorin, hey, 8713 sub. Do you still have bits of the old the Coronet? Use those. That's actually a good idea. Yeah. I got plenty. Yeah, I won't use the good stuff. I don't want to. I was like kind of hesitant to practice on this. So we won't use the good sheet metal. We'll use the doo-doo caca poo-poo sheet metal. Let me find a good candidate. Looks like the trunk is also 16 gauge steel, from what I can tell. Yeah, this will work. Okay, so I need something that's not completely battered up, like something relatively flat. Here we go. This will work. This is just part of the trunk pan that's flat and it's decent metal, so Well, decent-ish. Man, I don't want to put this crappy metal in my nice brake. Oh well. So get the sandwich aligned, right? Okay, so piece is clamped and there you go. Nice. It's actually a nice, yeah, there you go. I think allowing a 16th is pretty much right, dudes. Yeah, it's not bad. All right, sweet. Cool. Put a nice brake in it. I mean, this metal still got a lot of undercoating on it from, because this was the bottom of the, that was the bottom of the trunk. But, you know what, let's, an inch and a quarter, or inch and 3/4 for the bottom of the frame rail. Let's just see. I'll practice. We'll practice making frame rail parts here out of the crappy metal. We'd want to turn this around the other way to do the other bend, right? Yeah. Okay, cool. Slower you bend it, the stronger it is, okay? Now mark up some of the scrap and try to do some precision bends. What I was thinking is, yeah, let me take a piece of this stuff. I'm going to try to find a flat-ish piece. I want to see if I can make the frame rail. I mean, we won't use it. It's just a test, right? Like I should have measured this. We should have flattened this piece of metal before we did it. This would have been a good piece to try and test it. But we could still do it. We could still get away with it. So I'm going to measure an inch and 3/4, right? It's more or less where we want that. Okay, ready? Well, the clamp's going to get in the way. Hold on. So we clamp it on both sides, right? And okay. Let's measure again. Make sure that's nice and even. We're at an inch and 3/4. Ready? Boom! New frame rail. Look at that. Look at that. Who would have thought? Not me. Now, if we were going to do the frame rail flange, how would we do that? All right, give me 1 sec. Let's see if we can get this right. Okay. I'd say that's that we're in business here, dudes. That's pretty good. Here. The piece obviously isn't going to fit like perfectly, but yeah, there it is. Yeah, we gotta really make sure we get that bend, especially the bottom. We gotta get that bottom bend right. Cool. Well, that's pretty neat. How neat is that? It's pretty neat. Honestly, not bad for just testing. Yeah, what I'm noticing is that we're really gonna have to square everything up. Like, it's important to get everything superbly square here, or else it's not gonna work. Like, it'll bend it crooked. But we have a square edge, so I'm not too worried about that. I just want to clean this now. This is all, it has like coating on it. Same thing that they put on like brake rotors and stuff. Cool. Neat. That's pretty cool, man. This thing is pretty awesome. So yeah, if we put it up against the edge there, and we have a square edge, we're going to be sitting pretty. I'm just thinking the order of operations here. Like, yeah, that. So getting the U, doing the U-bend for this piece first would probably be the right move. Yeah, neat. All right, let's do more testing. If I could find a flat-ish piece of this metal, right? I'm wondering if I could use it to make a test. This is all the scrap from the damn trunk. We'd have to flatten this piece of metal out, but yeah, this should be enough. I wonder if we can get the whole template to fit. Nah, that's not exact. What about you? Yeah. Oh yeah. It's gonna might have some holes in it from the spot welds, but we'd have to flatten this piece of metal out, dudes. Yeah. Last. What's up? Basically, you're bending it. As you're bending it, you're stretching and compressing the metal on either side of the bend. So the slower you do it, the less it stresses and fatigues the metal. Use it to practice welding too. Yeah, it's not a bad idea. I just have to make sure, we have to flatten this thing out. I need something. I don't know how we're gonna flatten it. I mean, I have the hammer and dolly, but I'm not sure that's gonna get us what we want. I like how you just make do with what you got. Don't necessarily need the absolute best stuff. Kind of refreshing, to be honest. I mean, put that metal bit on the driveway and drive over it. I'm not driving over the sharp metal with rubber tires, dude. I mean, Matt, that's working on a budget, dude. That's how it is, man. We can make a prototype with this. Sure, why not? It'll have holes in it, but it's okay. Good practice. Because I think I left too much space on the bottom part, dudes. Pretty sure I did. All right, let's try to make that. Let's try to make our bracket. That'd be some pretty fun. That's pretty fun, right? Like, you want to do that? We got to cut up this bit of metal here first. I make car parts for the American working man because that's what I am and that's who I care about. Now this piece isn't like perfectly flat, but we should be able to get this right. There we go. Now I got to get the grinding wheel and we got to cut this. Somehow. Okay, how are we going to do that? We could always do it the chill way and just get the tin snips out. Tin snips might not be the worst idea. I got a small bit of shear. I got a small set of snips, dude, that should be able to get it. All right, so let's just start here and try to see if we can so the right way to do this is just section it out. Or I could just go get the reciprocating saw, put this in the vise and go. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'm going to move us back over towards chat while I'm cutting this out so I can talk and work. We're going back towards the chat. Logger time. So what I'm doing is I'm trying to practice with that metal brake. So I'm using the old trunk floor that we cut up to try and make a bracket that I wanted, that I prototyped yesterday. All right, this is working, dudes. Yeah, this is not the final piece, but because this steel is not nearly thick enough. It's not thick enough to be frame rail. This looks like it's 20 gauge steel. It's not very thick. I'm just using this to get some practice on making brackets. Consider this our prototype. And I just didn't want to cut up any of the good sheet metal that I have, but we have plenty of it here, so might as well use that. All right, now I have a way to cut at this. Yeah, this is old trunk floor. But all these tabs and all this is all good metal. This is the part of the trunk that was actually nice. It's just better to replace the whole damn thing. So I have the template traced out on the piece and we're just going to cut it out. You're a grinding cutting wheel method kind of guy, so that would have been your way of doing it. Yeah. No, for sure. Yeah, that. Before I cut my freaking wrist open on this thing. I don't know. Actually, I wanted to do this the chill way. Screw it. All right. Once again, this is not thick enough steel for the frame rail. It's definitely not thick enough. It's a bit, but that's not because it's like rusty or anything. It's just because this is trunk floor, not frame rail. They made it out of different thicknesses of steel. No, didn't want to do it. But see these little tabs, like this could be good for welding up stuff later. This is still good metal. Like I'm saving that, dude. We're on a budget. Like it has to be that way. Like, because we don't have all the money in the world to throw at this thing, and it's just kind of the way it is. I'd already have needed like 4 to 5 tetanus shots. Nice. Yeah. I've only cut myself on this car twice, but that's because I'm wearing safety equipment. Like, safety equipment isn't there to burden me. Like, I don't feel like cutting up myself on a rusty car, you know? How are we going to get at this? This might be where the grinding wheel is good to get in the little elbow right there. Actually, I'm having trouble getting at it with the metal shears. Oh, no, no, no. Come on. Yeah, baby. Got it. There's still a little bit of rot. That's okay. Oh, here it comes. It's going to be a rot. That's it. Gotta kind of bend this stuff up here. Oh, you guys can't see the floor. I'm sorry. I'm working on the dang floor. So once again, I'm using this to test out the metal, my metal brake. I'm making a prototype of the bracket that I want. And yeah, we're gonna try to make it out of leftover metal that I cut out of the car. This is old trunk floor. I might just zip the back of this with the grinding wheel, just because that's a long edge to get at with the shears, but you know, we'll see. New frame rail. All right. We're practicing. Yep, that's what we're doing. Come on. There we go. See, we have all these little tabs. And I am 100% sure that if we hammer these out and we hammer them flat, we will be able to use them. Yep. We can use them for little odds and ends. I've watched enough projects on this kind of stuff on like YouTube and whatever to know that you save it, save everything. Yeah, I'm going to use the grinding wheel. We should be able to zip that line. That line's all I have left. It's just a little line right there. I'll get the grinding wheel out and we'll get at it. I'm going to put the jacket on and stuff, you know. Yeah. Okay. I'm going to get one of these clamps here. I'm going to move the towel because sparks hitting the towel from the grinding wheel, I'm sure, would be preferable. Okay. That ain't going nowhere. What the hell do you want now, camera? No memory card inserted. All right, well, yeah, that's generally okay. Oh, look, it came back. Camera's hungry? It's trolling? Yeah, most likely. Download more random access memory. That's important. We need that. Where's my new cutting discs? There we go. Fresh one. Chat, you want a fresh one? Okay. All right. Glasses, hearing protection, let's go. Ready? Cut's good. There we go. There's our frame rail. All right, back over to the metal brake. Let's see what this thing does now. Angle grinder stuck up on the cord. Well, note to self, I didn't make this cord long enough, but you know, whatever. Piece is looking good, dudes. And that's why you prefer the cutoff wheel. Yeah, no, the cutoff wheel would have been better. But, you know, I tin snipped it because I felt like it. All right, so let's take a look. Not bad. Not bad. Can always trim it down. Okay, so how would we go about doing this? Because this needs to be like that. Huh. I'm trying to figure out the process for making, like, what do we bend first? This is where experience helps, and I can't help here. All right, no problem. Well, we just got to think about it. So we have the two frame rail flanges that need to be bent, right? So that needs to be like that. We bend that, right? And then this needs to be like that. Bend that. Actually, those two can be bent as one, right? We can simplify the order of operations here. Yeah, let's try that. Let's see what that does. Ready? I'm going to get my paper template out of the way. That's important. We needed that. So let's do the frame rail ears first. Let's see how this works. So get one Craig, clamp that sucker, right? Get the other one, clamp that sucker, right? Okay, let's do this. Ready? Slowly. It moved. Frickin' thing moved. Whatever, just finish the bend. It moved because I got a couple of jagged edges. The jagged edge kind of screwed me there, but yeah. Okay, so now we need the frame rail flange here. We can stack that up against the side because we know the side is more or less square. Let's put another Craig in here. Yeah, that could have been tighter. There we go. All right, ready? Nice. Not bad. Okay, now the next one needs to be how are we going to do that? See, this is, you know what? This is why this was a good idea, because now we bent those too early. All right, hold on. How are we going to bend one tab, though? Yeah, whatever. Let's try. We'll still try for it. Yeah, these bends aren't going to work. So, yeah. All right, hold on. Yeah, this is good practice, dudes. I'm learning you really just got to take your time with this damn thing. And you should probably clamp both sides or else it'll move. Okay, ready? Nice. Okay. All right, so flip this around. See if we can get the other. frame rail piece. Yeah, so this is telling me do all the frame rail, like bend the primary structure of the frame rail first, and then bend the ears later. Okay, ready? Huh, all right. There she goes. Cool. Now, how are we going to do the last one? Oh. All right, I think we can get a good angle on it. I think. Let's check. Ready? Yeah, baby. Dude, frame rail. Look at that. Oh, yeah. It's frame rail. And then I should be able to, because we already put a crease in the metal from where the brake was, we should be able to just crease those suckers back together. Look at that. Hey. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Does it fit? We'll see if it fits. Bro, let's go, dude. That's actually pretty good. That's actually pretty good, man. I mean, that's not the right thickness, and I'll definitely take my time a little bit more, but yeah. That's it, dude. There it is. That's the part that we need to make. And we made it out of scrap metal. I like what you've got. Did chat convince you to sleeve it? No. This is just this is extra trunk pan. This piece of metal was actually up here at some point. I just bent it into shape to, oh, we got a lot of space down there. Yeah. Okay, so this is telling me after every bend, so we should bend the flange, then frame rail corner, flange, right? And then I might just bend the rest of this with the hammer and the dolly or something. Or at least put a crease in the metal and then bend it back. And then, you know, if it fatigued, weld it. If it fatigued, weld that. Or another thing we could do is just weld the plates, weld the end flanges on there. That would work too. But yeah, this is too tall, much too tall. Maybe I could use the hammer and dolly to bend it. Let's see. We had success with the hammer and dolly before. Nah, that ain't really gonna work. I'd have to put this in a vise. Hang on. The vise, if I clamp this in the vise, it could even that edge out. Give me 1 sec. Actually, we could use the vise to pull to do the tabs. The vise will have it just right. Hang on. I know the camera's still back over there. I didn't leave you guys, I swear. I'm just using the vise to flatten up all the bent edges because this, at the end of this steel, at the end of the day, this steel was nowhere near flat. Yeah, we could bend the tabs in the vise. This will work. I'm glad we prototyped this, guys. I'm glad we did this stream. This sheet metal is kind of poopy doopy, but nice. So here, I'm coming back over. What I just did, right? What I just did was I just put each one of the flanges in the vise and flattened it out. You know, I mean, that steel is, the steel's bumpy because I ripped it up with a chisel, but yeah, cool. So yeah, what we're gonna have to do, we bend one edge, then we bend one edge. So I'm gonna use the brake for this, this, and this, right? And then the frame trench. The frame rail flanges here and here, I'll put those in the vise and we could bend them that way. I'll bend them in the vise. That'll definitely work. Cool. It's too far gone. It's too far gone. Yeah. Between the brake and the vise, we should be able to make most parts, actually. Brake, vise, and the hammer and dolly should be good. This is good, man. This is cool. I'm glad we did this. Yeah, I really needed to learn how to do the metal brake. I mean, this looks like it's made out of recycled refrigerators, but whatever. Adjust your measurements. Looks like the bottom piece is too wide. Yeah, Hellfish, I suspected that might be the case. Yeah, I think I allotted too much. But then again, this is not bending 16 gauge. This is 24 gauge steel, I think. It would be better with a flat piece. Yeah, you're right. You're right. Yeah, see, the piece was already creased, so it didn't really come in right. It's kind of like this. Yeah, bend slightly more. I know about that. Yep. Do you have to account for stretch? Yeah, you do a little bit, Cosmic, which is why I allotted a lot of space down here. What I think I'm going to do is we'll use the template still. That'll definitely help us out. But I think every time after after every bend, so I'm going to cut the template out. These the frame rail ears, that's what these are called. They're called ears. The frame rail ears, we'll bend those last and we'll do it in the vise because the brake can't move around the frame rail, right? So we'll cut out the piece and after every bend that I do, we'll measure. We'll just put it up against that frame rail. Actually, we should probably cut it off. Yeah, that's the workflow. Yeah, so one flange, measure it. All right, you get the flange done, frame rail, you measure it, just in case. then put it up against that rail and see if it fits. I mean, we're not sleeving this thing, remember. This is wide enough to sleeve, meaning that I can put it over what we have, which is not exactly what I want. I want, see, that's wide enough to sleeve the damn thing. We don't want that. Just get out of here. Yeah. We're too wide down the bottom. But other than that, though, not bad. See, this, like I said, this is wide enough to sleeve. I don't want it. I want it taking the spot of where all that rust is. Even if I line up the wall of this, we're still a little bit wide, probably by about 1/8 of an inch. So I'll figure that in when we go to do this. Yeah, we'll figure that in when we go to do this. Cool. That's pretty sick, man. We're on our way. We just have to be very, 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 very careful that we cut the right amount of frame rail off. We don't want this being too short or too far. We don't want it to be out here. We want it to be right there. We're going to have to be very careful when we weld this all back together. No, Cosmic, this is just practice. Metal bending pliers would be so easy to bend those frame rail flanges. I have the vise stig, that should be fine. But yeah, bending, I mean, there's always multiple ways to do it. The other way that I'm thinking, dudes, is, you know, maybe just cut this piece out flat, just cut it out, and then use the magnet, the welding magnets that we have, to hold it in place and just, and it'll definitely be strong. It'll be way stronger that way. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, maybe we should just weld the tabs. Huh. I leave for 20 minutes and you already folded it. Yeah, looks good though. I'm not going to use that. I mean, yeah, no, we're not using this, but it's pretty cool. Nice. That brake's pretty sick, dude. I'm really happy we bought that. Or I could just drop it. But yeah, man, that brake is going to be super useful for making other parts of this. Other parts of the frame rails that need to be remade. So there's going to be a tab here, and there's going to be a tab right here. Something like this. Like that. Just this piece needs to be right there. And the location of that is very, very important. I won't drill the holes in the flange plates until we get all the other parts that we need. And then, yeah. Let me look at this from the side. Did I get the length right? You know, I'm not even sure that I did. We might need to draft out another template, but then again, thickness of metal, etc., etc. Let me just do some measuring here. But yeah, the brake is sick, dude. That's really cool. I'm really happy with that thing. Oh, frick me sideways. It's 4 3/8. Yep. Template's no good. Sideways fricking. It is no good. Yeah, we're too wide down there, and the rails are too long. That's why we can sleeve this. We have a lot of extra space down there. Still looks cool though. Killer. Yeah, we're too long. Well, actually I think it's more 4 1/4 because we're about a 1/2 inch too long. But that's okay. That's okay. That's why we're doing prototyping. Attach a protractor, then you can do more varieties of bendings with it. Oh yeah, to the brake, right? Yeah. Oh my gosh, you still use inches down here. Yeah. I use the measuring system that I'm comfortable with because it's my project and not yours. Funny that. Funny how that works, huh? Cool. Man, now I want to make that piece. How much time do we have? Yeah, less than an hour. Lunar units, baby. That's right. I do give Americans aluminum. That's the right way, even if I'm European. That's a British thing, though. They say everything weird, man. Say everything weird, dude. It's pretty sick, man. I just need to see something real quick. Now that I've cleaned this metal off, how wide are we talking about here? Let me just check something. Yeah, it is 1 3/4. Huh? No, it's not. It's 1 5/8. Huh. I'll be. Gonna have to make another template. When I took my measurements before, there was still a lot of crap on the frame rail. There was a lot of there was rust on it, and we cleaned the rust yesterday. And I don't know why I didn't take measurements after I did that, but you know, whatever. It's good. It's really hard to go with metric, even if it makes more sense what you've been raised on imperial. I can do either one, dude. You want me to give you the millimeter? We were 25 millimeters too long. Like, I can do either one. We don't need to be down to the millimeter with this, dude. 1/16 of an inch is more than enough to get this right. Like, in fact, the 1/16 of an inch should be fine. ZJ found a scrap metal supplier yet? I'm guessing most of this can be made out of offcuts. No, I haven't. I don't have a good metal supplier. The sheet metal that I have is from Tractor Supply, dude. I drove all the way up to the Tractor Supply. That's a good ways north of here, and they had 16 gauge, so I went and bought some. It is pricey, yeah, but it's US. It's steel that's made here, which is, you know, that's kind of cool. There's got to be a metal supplier around here. The thing about like the South Shore, the south side of like Boston, right? Like, it's a lot of blue collar. There's a lot of blue collar down here. There's plumbers, electrician, HVAC. It's a lot of blue collar stuff. So there's got to be something, dude. If there isn't, I'll be very, very, very surprised. Should also look for scrap I-beams and other cutoffs. Yeah. It's the camera, guys. The camera screwed my budget. Yeah. This camera screwed my budget pretty badly, actually. Looks like some kind of human driving system. Yeah, oh yeah. Adapt and overcome. I'm working on it, dude. Working on it. Well, that was cool. Well, the metal brake works. I'm actually pretty happy with it. One thing that I'm still kind of like bleh about is, you know, how do we... I need 16 gauge steel. Like I would like to practice with that, but yeah, it's all right. How is the drive shaft? It's there. Yeah, Luca, it's there. Oh, look, you remind me. My coffee's probably warm now. Yay. Oh, yeah. Nice and piping hot.
Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
What is that?
My daughter was upset that it was raining and said, "I wish I had a gun that could shoot the rain and make it go away." Obviously, I told her that would never work. For that you need a rainbow.
Home Depot has a 6x18 16 for 15 bucks. Okay. Hi, Geeson. Yeah. You know, we're not, the 16 gauge stuff we don't need a lot of. But, yeah, we don't need a lot of it, but that's, like, yeah, you know what I'm thinking, dudes? We don't need a lot of that steel, so just buy the stuff that's close to you, that's convenient, right? The only 16 gauge steel we really need for this part of the project is to repair the frame rail ends. Frame rail ends, the frame rail flange on the left side is a little screwed up, but that's it. That's all we need it for. Yeah. I really want to get to, just on a side note, I really want to get to putting this thing back together. I really want to start adding metal again. The bumper mounts, it's all coming. .16 gauge sheet metal is what it was made out of, caveman. But hey, the brake works, dude. That brake is sweet. We should be able to make whatever with that thing. I'm super, super happy about that. Yeah, that thing is great. Works just fine. Sick. Yeah, we got square edges on the side, man. Perfect. The only other thing that I'd be like super happy with is a bandsaw. Because then I know my cuts will be perfectly straight. Just got here, what did I miss? Crownless, I got a metal brake and I used it to make a I cut up some sheet metal from the trunk that I cut up a clean piece of metal from the trunk and I used it to make a prototype of my bracket with the metal brake. Pretty cool, huh? That's the end of the frame rail. That's what needs to be redone. The end of the frame rail is nothing there. Border band or a freestanding one? No, not the one that's like on the ground, Geeson. Like just a small one to go with the rest of my tools over there. I got a drill press, I got a vise, I got a bench grinder. We got a metal brake now. Dude, we almost have the whole set. What else do we need? An English wheel? An English wheel and a bandsaw, and we got it. Don't get the cheap Harbor Freight one. Yours was garbage for straight cuts. There's another way to do straight cuts. The reciprocating saw with a straight edge will give us a pretty damn straight cut. Yeah, that'll give us a pretty good cut. What the hell is an English wheel from an Englishman? It's an English wheel is two metal wheels that are like on top of each other, and it's kind of like the wheels are like on a clamp like this, and you can move the wheel up and down. And if you push the wheels closer to each other and roll metal through it, you roll metal back and forth through the English wheel, it'll make curves. You can make concave shapes with it. A bandsaw is super useful in metal cutting, more than just for cutting straight lines. Don't get the cheap Harbor Freight one. I might just do that. My modus operandi for my entire shop, dude, get the cheapest thing first. I'm applying streaming logic to the shop. Get the cheapest thing first, right? We started off with cheapy cameras, right? I started off doing auto streams in my parents' garage, right? And look, we're slowly upgrading everything, right? But the Harbor Freight stuff is fine, and if the venture proves fruitful, then we upgrade, you know? Gotcha, we just call it a wheeling machine. I agree with start with a jigsaw and a metal blade. A jigsaw, huh? Bree? Hey, what's up?
How are you doing?
I'm doing okay. I used trunk to make a prototype.
Ah.
Check this out.
Oh. Cool.
So we made the paper bracket. This is CAD.
Yes.
It's cardboard aided design.
Yep. Neat. Very cool.
I did a thing. Look, Chad, we did a thing. You got food?
I do have food.
You got food? All right. Is this my food?
That's your food.
All of it?
Yeah.
It's heavy.
It's got a Mexico in it.
Nice. Thanks.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm good. I got sandwiches, and I went to the beach, and then I walked the dog by the beach. I'm having a great day.
Yeah?
Yeah.
All right. I'm not.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. You need to marry her.
We're done?
You don't have like a horn up here or something because you're a freaking unicorn. Got you. Got
I thought
him.
you were gonna call me a demon. I don't know.
Marry her again. Will you marry me again?
Yeah.
All right. Great success. High five. That would be 2 horns, not 1. Yeah. Oh, wait. Ready?
Nah,
That was pretty good.
it was pretty good.
pretty good.
It was pretty good. That's
Great
cool.
success. Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty neat.
What are you gonna do with it?
This is just a test prototype, but it's supposed to go right here. I'm going to show Bree, guys. Come on. No, don't. No, my bracket's stuck. This is supposed to go
Ah.
right there. That's how much frame rail was gone. We need to remake it.
That's a lot of frame rail.
This is the good one.
Oh.
That one's struggling. It's riding the struggle bus.
Oh.
So I need to rebuild this. We need a flat piece here, and then I need to rebuild a flat piece right there. Once we do that, then I can put that rear cross member back on.
Aren't these pieces coming or no?
Not this piece.
Okay.
These are the pieces that I need to make. Because you
Gotcha.
can't buy like a piece of a frame rail.
Gotcha.
It's either buy the whole frame rail or buy what's called a sleeve
Gotcha.
to sleeve the rail, but there's no rail to sleeve here. So that's
Yeah.
not going to do any good.
Okay. I see.
So all I got to do is remanufacture the end flanges here, and then I got to patch that right there, and then there's a hole up there, and then that's it.
All right.
And then we put that piece on. That piece holds the back frame rails together,
Cool.
and then the bumper brackets, everything else, and the rear fascia. And then once that goes all back together, trunk extensions, and then I have no idea what I'm going to do with the quarter panels.
We're gonna wait and find out after you're done with this.
We are going to wait and find out till I'm done with that. You're right. I just don't have the money to spend. The camera screwed my budget for quarter panels, guys. No, I'm not asking for money. Be quiet. I get paid soon. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
I mean, it might be nice, but whatever.
One step at a time. Yeah. Yeah, XJ, once if we get the trunk all squared up in the car, right? We get it all.
This is space. I'm in space.
I love you.
Love you too. We get the trunk all squared up in the car with the rear cross member, and then we level it. We're good to go. Oh, Matt, don't do this to me, guys. I got to stop bringing up budget. I got to stop talking about it.
This is space. I'm in space.
You gave me. Oh. You should know better. This always starts. Yeah, Wooly, and I'm gonna stop doing that from now on. Like this is.
EJ, I'm too good for your money that pays for my car parts. Doesn't matter that I work 16-hour days.
She's just mad because I spend more time with chat than her. I would hug you, but I'm super dirty. You have a white shirt on. You sure?
I don't care.
You sure about that? All right.
This shirt barely fits anyway, so it's not like it's...
Okay. I want to say this real quick. She's cool with working on the car. All right? And I know there's people out there that are wondering why. Okay? One, it's my job.
Yeah.
One. But
That's a lot of it.
that's a lot of it. Second part, if you make sure everything else is good, then you get to just do things. You know what I'm saying?
Houston, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
Free money because
Free
you don't
money
need any.
Mostly it's the fact that it's your job.
Yep.
How's the dirt doing? It's going great. I should go water my plants, actually. Well, wait. I better wait till it's not as sunny, but
Nice. Bree's getting a little green thumb.
maybe. Maybe just a little bit.
Just don't stop being a great guy. I'm trying, dude. I'm trying.
Alright. I'm gonna go sit in the sun. It's a beautiful day.
Yeah.
I love New England in the summer.
It's great in the summertime.
It's wonderful in the sun.
Is it
I was sitting by the beach eating my sandwich,
Houston,
listening to Noah
Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has
all I
landed.
needed.
Since you were
Holy
begging and
crap,
all,
thank
my
you.
vote for more car streams.
It was, thank you.
I know you. I know you, boy. I know where you live. Love you, babe.
I love you too. Mwah.
So if I start dropping money for rocketry streams, that'll happen, right? Yeah, we were talking about something, and okay, hear me out. Listen to this. Here. This is how you propose an idea to wife and or girlfriend. Okay. What did I do?
Nothing. You just had oil on your head.
Yeah, it's probably because I tasted some of it when I changed the oil on the car. It was not on purpose. It splashed in my face. So, all right. We came up with this idea, okay? You got to start like that. We came up with this idea. We were talking about, I wasn't really feeling Workers today. I wanted to play Workers, but I wasn't really feeling it, so we wanted to mess with the metal brake, right? But while we were kind of signing off of Workers, Chad and I had a little bit of a conversation. They asked me why I didn't want to play KSP. The main reason why I don't want to play KSP is because I don't know who owns that game. I don't know who owns Kerbal. And I'm kind of like up in the air about streaming, like, you know, streaming that stuff.
I think you're okay.
Yeah, you're probably, oh no, we got to fund the project, how dare us. Okay, so Bree doesn't feel the same way about it. She said I should just shut up and play, so. Oh no, play more space stuff. But.
You want to launch real fake rockets.
What?
Real fake rockets.
What do you mean?
Model rockets.
Yeah. If Chad brought up a very good point. If we just do high-powered rocketry, kind of similar to what Joe Barnett is doing, but not like obviously not the same thing. I'm not cooking meat in my rocket. I mean, maybe, who knows? That was an awesome video, by the way. You should go watch it. We get to play KSP. We get to do all the engineering, and we're not beholden to anybody except Uncle Sam.
You've been talking about doing model rocket streams for years, so I don't know why you feel like you have to convince me when I've been like, yeah, why not? Like, I don't understand why you're even, why we're having this conversation.
Persistence is key.
You have this whole garage to do with what you wish. So I don't understand what.
Okay, cool. So if we get into doing some high-powered rocketry, that's basically playing Kerbal. It's the same idea. Better, more complicated, more fun, and we already have the shop. We already have a high bay.
Yeah, why haven't you done it to start with? Like, I don't understand. Just do it.
I
want to finish this project, and then we will. But yeah, that's probably.
Or intersperse it with this
The Eagle has
project.
landed.
Do it for Dale.
Why are you so good at this?
Do it for Dale.
Do it for Dale.
How are you so bad at it?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure that one out. I suck at this, man. How do I suck at this? I've been doing this for so freaking long. $10,000 engine rebuild, sir.
Just
Okay.
build rockets one day, and the next day, build car.
Now, the real question is, why does my mind see those as a dichotomy there? Like,
Because you have a hyper-focus problem. You can only do one thing at the time. Like, for whatever reason, you only want to do one thing every day. But you can switch things up.
didn't know this is going to end up being my therapy session, but hey.
I like that all of chat, especially Ernock and Geek, are like, she's not wrong. Especially Ernock and Geek.
Well, at least my proposal succeeded. I got that going for me, which is nice. Yeah, Trey, let's
This is an open and safe space.
The other thing about that whole relationship thing, if I had to give some advice, find somebody who understands you. They're out there. And you might not realize it because the person that understands you is going to say stuff that you don't like. That you don't really want to hear. But
she's not wrong.
she ain't wrong at all. That's the beauty of spending time with your wife, which is perfect for you. It's like therapy, the best kind. That's right. I'm down for more reasons to show up at EJ and Brimo's door with a bag of clothes. All right.
Chat, the amount of times I have said to him, do more things. People get sick of things after a while. Is way more than you ever realize.
Listen, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
Asked the mechanic why my car engine was humming. He said it was probably because it didn't know the words.
Did you ask it who sings the song it was humming? Because we should keep it that way. Whoever sings it.
You know, the first time I heard that joke, I was camping. I was probably like 10 or 12. And I was singing Good Charlotte out loud, and my uncle was like, who sings that song? And I was like, Good Charlotte. And he's like, good, keep it that way. That was the first time.
Damn.
Yeah.
So make a model of the Pillar of Autumn that really flies. I'm pretty sure if I made that work even on a subscale, even for a subscale demonstration, Shogun, and I streamed it, people there, that would probably piss somebody off. Because if we can make it, if we can make rockets do that, yeah, like Lockheed would be like, yo, what are you doing? And then the Department of Defense would be like, yo, what are you doing? I love GSE, but even sick of GSE. What,
also, congrats, Cos.
Hey, Cosmic. Yeah, no, it's cool, man. Your taxes go down. Serious.
That's all that EJ cares about.
I'm slowly but surely getting dad humor, aren't I?
What do you mean?
Like, taxes go down, that was a joke. It was a joke, like, that's the only reason you did it for taxes. No, that's not the only reason, but that's the first thing you bring up because it's funny. That's, shit. Becoming an old man.
It's okay. You haven't punned yet.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
That's right. Charles, 13-month resub. Well,
it's 4:02. You might want to eat your sandwich and shower because you have.
I don't need to shower.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I do have flame trench though. You just got burped.
Hey EJ, why don't you have a channel like Cletus with such cool projects?
Do you want my honest to God answer, Snake? I'm not smart enough to manifest that. But that doesn't mean I couldn't learn how to do it. But that's the honest to God reason why I don't do something like that, because I'm not smart enough to manifest it. And that's not like a book smart thing. It's just a experience thing. I'm trying to, ow, that hurt. I'm trying to figure that out. I'm trying to figure out what good car content looks like from live streaming, you know? You kind of stay in your shell just a bit. Yeah, my jaw just popped. That was a bad, that hurt. That was weird. Hey, Charles, what's up? You keeping him in line? She's actually telling me to step out of line. Like, if you really want to know the subject matter for this conversation, like, yeah, I feel like that scene in Sandlot where the mom is telling the kid to go get in trouble because it's not normal staying in your room all day. It's weird. The best way to learn is to just do it. Well, we learned how to use the metal brake today. That's pretty sick. I'm really happy with this. And I learned that the paper template is actually super accurate, because this thing is almost like a 1-to-1 of that paper template in metal. That's pretty good, dude. Yeah.
All right.
Put your phone in the metal brake.
I have to use the potty, and then I'm gonna hang out outside and read.
All right, high five.
High five. Are you?
Good enough.
If people are here, are you gonna come hang out after Flim Trench, or what are you?
Well, racing is at 10. We got GTA racing tonight.
Okay.
Yeah, between Flame Trench and that, it should be good.
All right, I'll let you know if anybody's over.
All right, cool.
Cool.
Redo the template with a narrower floor. Yeah. I'll draft out a new template, Hellfish. I mean, we could just do it now. That'd be good. As long.
Jack.
What the hell? You didn't like punch me in the face in my sleep or something, did you?
So maybe the dog did.
That is a very viable thing. All right, Bree.
All right.
Hey, I love you.
I love you too, baby. Mwah.
Mwah. You know, like, there's people like that are like, oh, I hate my wife. I don't. I'm just saying. I don't. I don't. She's pretty freaking cool, dude. Like, I actually enjoy hanging out with my wife. Am I doing something wrong? Like, I don't know. Shoot, man. Oh, Aqualux, you're here. Where the hell did I put it? What the balls? Where the frick did it go? I bought a bigger level. I have a much bigger level now. I went to the hardware store and I got a big one. Where the frick did it go? Oh, there it is. It's underneath my gas tank. Sentences I thought I'd never say on stream for 400, please. We got a big wide boy. I also watched Zach's video. Damn, is it good. Zach, Why did you put it there? I don't know. Are you sure it's wrong? That's not the same thickness, so it wouldn't need as much bend allowance. If the bottom's too thick, that might be because the bends are tighter. Did you check the floor? Actually, no, I haven't. Let me do it. Let me just make sure there's no crap in the way. Floor is dead level. It's dead level, dudes. Like dead level. Sweet. Like, dude, it was in the direct center of the bubble. I have no idea, for what it's worth, and this is just probably my lack of understanding of unibody, like how this thing carries the structure. I have no idea how this is true. How is everything on this car still straight? That's there's no car back here. What, like, how is it still together? This is all straight. Everything is straight. How is that possible? There's nothing here. It's just hanging. You'd think it would have hung down or something. I mean, we'll really find out if it's sagging at all when we go to put the trunk floor in, because if we do, it won't be flush up against this. But yeah, that's all straight. Everything here is straight. Heck, I even took the side holders off. This triangulation that we did on the in the trunk is holding everything nice and true. I don't know how, but it is. Did you think about making a classic car into an EV? That would be kind of cool. I don't want to do it with this car. Not this one. Not this one. Another one. Maybe. That'd be kind of cool. It would be kind of cool to have like a land yacht EV. That would be pretty sick. And dude, we got plenty of room. Actually, you know what I thought would be a really cool mod for this, dudes? Do it with a proper land yacht. Yeah, dude, we need like a Cadillac, like a coupe or a sedan DeVille. 4 doors, big cushy freaking seats, like a trunk bigger than this. That'll be sick. The other thing that I thought would be super cool, and I'm just looking at like the frame rails and how this all kind of comes together. There's enough room for a Porsche flat 6 back here. Yeah, there's enough space. There's more than enough space for the transaxle and the motor. You'd have to do some serious custom fab work for a new cross member back here, right? You'd have to figure out if the Porsche cross member can bolt to these frame rails, and then the frame rails would probably need to be boxed, like fully boxed and then fully strengthened up. But how ridiculous would this car be with a freaking rear engine in it? There's definitely enough room. Look, like it's plenty of space. There's also tons of space for an EV transaxle back here. Like, I mean, you guys are saying like do an EV swap. Dude, there's plenty of room back there. Because there needs to be a lot of room back there because of the solid axle going up and down. Yeah, the solid axle goes up and down, and you'd need to, like if you did an independent rear, right, you wouldn't have to, you won't need all that room because there's no solid axle that goes up and down. So, make some brackets for a rear K member to go into the frame rails and then go. Like, these B bodies are cool, dude. You can do a lot of neat stuff with them. Yeah, exactly, Bob. Mm-hmm. Bob, we'd need like a Connor Avenue Cadillac. You know what I'm talking about? Like a boat, just a boat. Thinking about buying a Firebird, a 3rd gen, and making it into an EV. You'd need to keep the unused engines up front so you don't understeer off the road. Silent, what I would most likely do at that point is replace the torsion springs on the front with coilovers and then put the gas tank up there. Yeah, put the gas tank under the hood, in between the frame rails, literally where it's supposed to go. We could probably take the gas tank straps in the rear cross member and weld that into the front. Dude, it's totally doable. And then make a false floor up there on top of the gas tank. Dude, like you could get super trick with this. Like you could take the trunk floor, like you could get a new trunk floor and then weld the trunk floor into the front and have it take the place of the cross member. And then you could take the front cross member and you could put it in the back. But then again, yeah, it's not really, that would mean you would need torsion springs in the back. The thing would end up handling worse than a Volkswagen Beetle, but it'd be cool. Told you need to find a scrap steel source. Yeah. Might not want a gas tank in the crush zone. Bro, it's from the 1960s. There ain't no crush zone in this car. Ain't no crush zone in this thing. No seatbelts. We die like real men. The crush zone is the other car. Exactly. So do that strengthening now. Future you will appreciate it. Well, Karina, there's a reason why I'm rebuilding these frame rails and making them like using what the factory calls for. I mean, like I said, you could do a lot with these B bodies, but my rules for this car Dudes, my rules for this car is the shell, I want the shell to be stock. I don't want to modify the shell in a way that's irreversible. I mean, granted, nothing is irreversible, but yeah. Hey, Everton's, you're back. Yeah. Like any modify, like if we modify the front suspension, they make bolt-in kits for coilovers for this thing, and a bolt-together 4-link too, which is pretty sick. This thing with coils in the front and a 4-link out back, it'll handle like a regular car, handle like a modern car. Ow. What did I do? Freaking jaw's stopping working. Get a Corvair if you want a crap box with a motor in the rear. Yeah, right. But anyway, yeah, dudes. Just chilling in the garage. We got the metal brake working. The metal brake was sick. I'm really happy with that. We'll get to this next week. Next week is really going to be adding a bunch of metal back in. Actually, we need to start with rust treating these frame rails, and that probably means getting most of the scale off of them. Yeah, we're gonna rust treat the inside, and then I'm gonna hit it with epoxy paint or something. It's just something to save the inside of these rails, because the inside is a little scaly where there was mouse nests. Yeah, Van, exactly. My rules for this is this shell needs to be stock. Anything else is fair game. Trem clad it, yeah. Why did talking to Bree make my day better? Isn't that the opposite of what your wife's supposed to do? Yeah, no, that made me feel better. Her yelling in my face that I'm an idiot made me feel better. I don't know. Brain. Brain do brain things. Yeah, so we got to modify. We got to make another paper bracket. The prototype one was actually pretty good, but we got to make a new one. So I'll draft out a new one, and we'll go from there. Is Kerbal being replaced with actual model rocket streams? I don't know. Maybe Bree's right. I mean, she knows me better than anybody else. Maybe she's right, dude. Maybe we should just suck it up and play. I hate them Mises to pieces. Yeah, mate. Yeah, you ain't kidding, dude. You're confusing yelling in your face to supporting you. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're not wrong. Dude. I am kind of proud of myself that I made this piece of junk out of scrap metal. And that just goes to show you guys, if there is, I think this is 24 gauge steel, right? It's very thin stuff, maybe a 32nd of an inch, right? Or 24th of an inch. This, if we need, dude, we could cut this up and we can use this for patching. We can make new panels with this. I just got to find a way to flatten out the metal. Sandwich time, sandwich time. Yeah. I'll eat when we log off. Okay, I got my food right there. Proud of your work and your skills. Yeah. With the look of the frame, I wonder if the rust has gone too far. Well, we're going to have to clean it off, Wounded, but I'm fairly confident that most of this right frame rail is actually okay. I don't know how, but it's all right. This is all, the leaf spring perch is fine. It's the flange down here. The flange is gone, but that's because rolled salt from the tire got kicked up in here and rusted it out. But this thing is still pretty good, man. Look at that thing. It's pitted. This part is no good. We know this part is bad. But the rest of this is pretty damn solid given the circumstances. Like, there are spots where you could still see gray. Like, you could still see the gray metal. Like, the leaf spring perch is just fine. The trunk extension hanger is fine. This is all good. Like, this is okay. Somehow, I don't know how, but it's all right. It's wild to me. There was a mouse nest up at the front of it. Portable sandblaster. Yeah, I don't want to sandblast in the garage, but yeah, dude, this thing's pretty okay. The left frame rail has some problems. If we had more time and we had more cash and I had more talent, we would replace the left frame rail. But I'm just going to patch it. Because there's a hole right there. This flange is toast. And then the worst part is up there. Right there. We got a patch up there. Other than this, so like right here, and right there, this frame rail is also, there goes my light. This frame rail is also pretty solid, which is crazy to me. This is a New England car. This has been in New Hampshire. It was in New Hampshire all of its life. How this thing is actually like not completely gone is beyond me, dude. Yeah, it's okay. An ice blaster in the garage would be okay. Yeah. Yeah, maybe. The cross member, this is the shock tower cross member, the shock mount cross member, that's fine. It's mint. It looks brand new. There's just a little bit of scale on it. But then again, no salt gets up in there. It's crazy, dude. Who knows how long this was driven outside? It's been a while since I watched a stream, but it's funny you're working on a vehicle today. The other day I saw a Ford truck like yours, step side, and it was clean, bright orange. How's the truck? How are you? Hey, McDuber. I wish I'd snapped a picture. Yeah, I'm good, man. We got a shop. I don't know if you were here for that. The red truck is fine. I drive it. It's down in my driveway. It's covered up because I'm paranoid. But yeah, I drive the damn thing. If it was easy, it wouldn't be awesome content. Salt Road Redemption. Yep. I always forget that you could use dry ice. How do you do that? Like, is that like a service that you call, like a plumber? Like, what do we do? How do we do that? I wouldn't even know where to begin. See, this is why I don't just do things. I got to figure out how to do it. Like, I don't know what do we do there? Dry ice blasting is a real thing. I believe you. I know it's a real thing. You can rent one. Yeah. So, all right. Here, let me be a little more straightforward. Where do you go about renting one? Can I go to a hardware store and rent one? Is there a special service? Like, what do we got to do? Pretty sure you could rent a rig for ice blasting. Okay. It's more expensive and, in your opinion, a fad. I'd have to look in your area. Ice blasters in your area. avoids the mess of using sand, it just sublimates. Yeah, I mean, I'll look into it and see what we can find. United Rentals should have this. Oh, okay. Hey, Pigeon. We're just chatting in the garage, man. Dry ice blaster from United Rentals. Okay. Does it need compressed air? Okay. I don't know if I have a compressor big enough for that. DeWalt makes a blast vac that's actually really good, and most of the sand gets recovered. Oh, okay. Okay, we got options here. I mean, the cheapest option is just to go at it with a grinding wheel. That's the cheapest way. Get at this thing with a grinding wheel and just clean it off. The blaster would be good for inside of the frame rails, though, because I can't get a grinding wheel in there, I don't think. Can you tell us what grinding wheel discs you'll buy so we can buy stock in that company first? 3M bristle disc, if it fits, are good. Yeah, the bristle discs. I know about those, Space Truckin'. Yeah. Straight up, dude. Yeah. I think I have some. Nope, don't have any in stock right now. But I know what you're talking about. It looks like bread almost. The wire brush wheels, that's what I'm talking about, Silent Guardian. Yep. You're the owner of a 120 centimeter bender. Centimeter? I think it's super useful. The brake will definitely help. Absolutely. Making that stuff on the vise could work, but the brake's going to be way nicer. Yeah. Klotchik, you know, one more thing I was thinking about, dudes, just while we're here. You know, I have my template and we have the ears, right? You have the ears that mount the bumper. These two things that come off the side like that, they're called ears, right? So the frame rail would be like this. You know what might be a good idea? I don't know. I was thinking, if we decide to weld the ears on, right? All I have to do is make one bracket. That's the frame rail, right? You just have to make one. And then we could just weld the ears into position. But then again, bending it would, I don't know. I don't know if bending it would be easier. Any reason to not just cut a plate across the face? Yeah, that's the other thing. Like, you just plate the whole damn thing, XJ, right? Like, I'd be a little bit worried about getting the welder in, like, down here if we do that, right? If we put a face plate on it, right? Like, To be honest, all the laser stuff gives me the heebie-jeebies. Laser eye injuries are hard to detect, so your brain can no longer compensate. Interesting. Outside would be enough. Just zap it there, zap it there. Dude, I could get that welder in there. We could get it in there and we could at least hit a little bit right there. But yeah, I mean, I'm not really seeing any reason why you wouldn't want to plate it. I bet you the only reason that Mopar didn't do that from the factory is because their stamping die probably couldn't, it would probably take too much time to do that. The only reason I say that is because, well, this will save us a lot of time. Especially, yeah, if we plate the damn thing. I mean, but then again, dude, the cross member. So, here, let me explain. So this is the rear cross member, right? I have it in the same orientation as the car. This piece goes right here. This piece is supposed to pick up on it, just like this, right? And you can very much see that I made it too tall. But, I mean, the other thing is that there's a slot in the cross member, so we got to put a captive nut there so you can bolt the bumper bracket on correctly. And yeah, this piece goes like that. This XJ is welded. It's welded to it. Like these would be spot welded to the back of the cross member. The ears would be spot welded. So I think the reason why they didn't do that in the first place, because they didn't need to, because you're already welding a plate to it. Like this, once again, this needs to go right here, like that. It needs to go up against this. This needs to be flat, like that. Half an hour to the flame trench. All right, yeah, I gotta go eat and stuff. What is needed versus what was just there for production, yep. Overkill, and it's cheaper to just bend a one piece. Yeah, because that's the other thing, dude. If I bend one piece, right, and we plate it instead, I mean, it's not going to be exactly like the factory, but let's be real, no one's ever going to see this. You're never going to be able to see it. And it will be stronger. And then if we could plug weld on the back of the cross member, we plug weld to the back of it. If we do that, damn. Yeah. Yeah, man. That'll be super strong. That'd be way stronger than the factory, like way stronger. And I'm kind of about that, dude. You know, like, I mean, this is what Article 5 in the YouTube chat was trying to tell me yesterday. Build it stronger, right? Build it stronger. It's a good idea. All right, dudes, I gotta go. I gotta get ready for Flame Trench. It's Friday, you know, it's Hawaiian t-shirt day. So if you got a Hawaiian t-shirt, just wear that. Oh, and next Friday is Hawaiian t-shirt day. Ooh, yeah. At that time I did not receive a piece of cake. I did not receive a piece. Hi, no flame trench tonight for you? Yeah, no, Flavia, I gotta go get ready. What would you say you do here? You remember what next Thursday is? A day that ends in Y. I did. All right. I'm gonna sign out of here, and I'll see you guys. I'll see you guys in the flame trench. Okay? I say sign out. That's just a nice way of saying I'm shutting everything off. Thanks for the stream. You're a great guy. Thanks, Klotrick. I appreciate the kind words today, dudes. I kind of needed it. As much as I hate admitting it. It's just weird. Hang on, I gotta put all the lens caps on everything. All right. Stand by for lost signal from here as expected. On the YouTube side of things, yeah, I'll stop it, and I don't double stream to YouTube. So the YouTube, if you don't watch Flame Trench, I'll see you on Monday. On Twitch, just wait here. I'll be back in a second.